Good morning, Anderson again. This is Mayor Tom Broderick, and we are out at Shadyside Park by the lake, right out off of Alexandria Pike, and I'm standing here with three young ladies who have some really kind of cool news. You'll notice behind me here we have a park bench, and this is a dedication for this particular bench from the DAR, which is the Daughters of American Revolution, and you can probably imagine that I have three Daughters of American Revolution standing next to me. So I'm going to start off, maybe just have you guys introduce yourselves, and then you can tell us a little bit about this bench, let the folks know at home about the DAR, and then particularly, especially with Ancestry today, right? All the DNA testing and stuff, you might check out and see you might be a Daughter of the American Revolution. And if that's the case, you can tell them how they can join. So why don't you first off just tell us your names and what your involvement is with the DAR.
My name is Mary Scott, and I'm the regent of the chapter. Our chapter name is Kithaweena, after Chief Anderson. We were founded here in Madison County in 1916. And we can prove direct lineage to a person that supported the revolution.
That's pretty cool. And young lady?
Thank you, Tom. Mayor Broderick. Yes, I'm Alice Spangler, and I am currently first vice regent to the chapter. And much of my role, though, has been in the last few years has been chairman of the Conservation Committee, which is the group that has worked with the bench.
Okay.
I'm Mary Trent, and I'm a member of the chapter, former recording secretary.
Okay. Well, again, thank you, ladies, for all you do. And I know you've had different things. We were talking earlier about other places. There's park benches and so forth. So I want you guys to talk about that. I'll just hand it to Alice. You want to take it? And then and you guys can pass it back and forth?
How about Mary? Why don't you
Mary?
start?
We'll let Mary do it. And you go ahead and just tell the folks again at home a little bit more about what we're doing here.
Okay, the chapter has collected caps for the last 4 years. We have placed 5 benches such as this throughout Madison County. We have one at Mounds, one at Pendleton at the soccer field, one up at Ellick at Needler's grocery store, so there was a place for people to sit when they had the parades and stuff. We just placed one a couple weeks ago up at Callaway Park in Elwood. We are presenting these to people that help our communities. For a City of Anderson, it's for your historical preservation and your conservation is the reason why we wanted to place this bench here. Tom, Mayor Broderick, we would like to thank your Parks Department, the Parks Department, especially for pouring this pad that the bench is sitting on. It really makes a difference and makes it a nice place for people to come and sit.
Well, and we have Tom Tackett here, who's the superintendent of our Parks Department, along with Charlie Wright, who works with Tom, and then also Warren, who also works our Park Department. So thank you to you guys for what you do. They always do a great job in our parks, and it doesn't surprise me that they did a great job here. But mention to the folks at home, because I know we talked before we started the cameras, but the type of caps that we're talking about are
Coke bottles, the plastic bottles, water bottles, prescription bottle lids, container lids for ice cream, butter, cream cheese. Just depends on what that triangle with the heads on it for the arrows.
for the recycling.
For recycling, what the number is, whether they can go into a bench. Not just any type of plastic can be used, because it depends on the chemical makeup of that item.
I know you guys talked about the amount that you tell the folks how many caps, or at least the amount of pounds of caps we have here.
250 pounds of caps go into making these benches.
Wow.
And this is 8 foot long.
We take 250 pounds to Evansville, and the bench, according to what I'm seeing online, weighs 247 pounds. So something happens along the line. But I would like to give more detail in terms of how the bench comes about. As Mary has mentioned, our chapter members have been collecting enough, the 250 pounds, more over a year, and they've been very, very careful about being sure to get the correct lid or the correct cap with the right recycling number on it. And that's been something that has taken us a while to get the poundage. And as Mary said last week, we did also place a bench in Elwood at Callaway Park. So that really means that last week, Deb and Nathan Hale, Deb is a member of our chapter, went to Evansville with over 500 pounds rather than just the 250 pounds. And then they came back with 2 benches. And so that's really where we're at on that. You can imagine it takes hours and hours to sort and clean to be sure that the caps are the way they're needing to be. Green Tree Plastics gives very specific guidelines in terms of what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. The caps and lids all have to be very, very clean. And when that process is going on, and we're unloading those caps and lids, there's somebody inspecting, and we even get a grade for how that all works. So, the process has been Deb and Nathan Hill took over 500 pounds down to Evansville, came back with 2 benches, one of them in Elwood, and one of them is right here. And you will be able to see, if you get up close, the plaque that reads, "Presented to the City of Anderson for its historic preservation and conservation efforts by the Kickweenan Chapter National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, August 2025. We have several people that we would like to thank for helping with this project. And first, again, our members who were very diligent to sort and be sure that everything was going to be acceptable by Green Tree Plastics. We were also very fortunate to have some generous financial support from Bonnie Parsons, who is actually a non-member, but she knew about our project, and she actually gave us a lot of the caps and lids, which has been very helpful. We are grateful to the City of Anderson and the Parks and Recreation Department to allow placement of the bench, which we feel like is in a wonderful location. It's comfortable seating for families and children. Anybody who's using this beautiful park, it's here. And we're just very happy to have been able to be a part of that. The mayor's office has been very supportive. Thank you, Mayor Broderick. And David Ikes was also very involved in moving our project along. I especially want to thank Tom Tackett, raise your hand, Tom. Everybody knows Tom here. Maintenance superintendent, for working with us, first of all, to determine the placement right here of the bench. And he coordinated the storage of the bench. You have to think about, it came to Anderson last week, so it had to go somewhere, and he helped with that, preparing the concrete pad and then delivering the bench. Again, I just want to thank all of you for being here today, and again, thanks to all who made this possible.
Thank you again, and congratulations. I should also acknowledge, sorry I didn't earlier, Jack Kiesling is also here. Jack happens to be a member of Board of Works, but he's also on the park board. We have 4 park board members. Betty Williams, who's our president, Jack's vice president, Randy McVeigh, and Kenny Davenport. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to get all the good stuff we've done in our parks over the last few years. And then also later on, as we get ready to break down here, we'll make sure everybody can sort of see the overall setting. Plus, we of course have the new playground equipment installed here that got installed last year, so it is a perfect setting for that. We actually have a baby swing over here that was donated to us by the Noon family in memory of their child Frederick, who passed away at birth, and they donated that. So when we put in the new playground equipment, we made sure that we kept that piece of equipment in place. So this is a really cool setting for this. Of course, the lake's right over here behind us, which is neat too. So thank you. I do have a couple quick follow-up questions, and you may or may not know the answers. But the first question is, if somebody believes that they might also have some lineage with respect to the Daughters of the American Revolution, who should they contact if they're interested in either running that down or becoming a member if they do qualify?
They should look up DAR.org. That will take you to our national website. and you click, I want to become a member. You enter your information, and then National sends your information to your closest chapter. Now, if you know of a chapter that you want to join, then you need to contact that chapter. And we have what we call registrars that will help you with your lineage and tell you what documentation you need to send in your application to become a member.
Yeah, hopefully you'll come out and check this out, and if you do, definitely check out the construction. It is pretty amazing. You would never dream in a million years that that was made of bottle caps, so it's pretty cool.
Did you see all the coloring in it?
I did. So they pointed out earlier, and you'll be able to see it when you come and visit, especially as probably a little time goes on, some of the like the reds, blues, the cap colors are starting to kind of fade through, as you can see, and it makes for a pretty neat look. So, well, thank you again. Congratulations to your chapter. We appreciate everything you do for our community and obviously throughout the region. So thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, honey.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, young lady. Appreciate it. And you guys, thank you all for everything you guys do. Appreciate it. And I should also mention Dick Sims is here too. He's with our Board of Work. So, and David couldn't be here today. David's actually our interim superintendent. And then of course Jill's with us, our PIO. So thank you guys for all that you do and for our community.
We appreciate it.
Thank you again. Thank you.